Wagada namaste adab se akal. This is CA Sankalp Kanstiya welcoming you in this amazing session, amazing subject called as strategic cost management and performance measurement, which ICA calls it as SCPM, strategic cost and performance measurement, a part of CA final self-paced online module. So are you excited to start this whole journey of this subject in the full English mode? Let the ball get rolling. All right, guys. So very interesting subject. Shocking to know that this subject is a part of self-paced online module because the core content that ICAI has put in this subject is beautiful, and it will be very interesting to teach you this subject, to make you understand this subject, to learn things from you. And I'm sure you are equally excited to understand this. Now, obviously, we know that this is a part of self-paced online module. So before giving the main core CA final examinations, you have to clear this exam. But only the May 24 students were exempted from this category, and they were allowed to give it after exams as well. So here we have the set B examinations, and this will be a offline exam. So offline as in ICAI will have its own center, say National Stock Exchange or something like a big center, wherein you will be able to go to the center, give your examinations, get the results probably on an immediate basis, and if you have cleared, then you will become eligible for the main examinations. All of these exams are going to be 100% MCQ based, and yes, we will keep the batch also in that manner that 100% MCQ focus is there. Now, how this whole subject is divided, today's session is very easy going session. So we will just discuss on what is the portion, what is going to be my approach, what should be your thought process, whether after doing this lectures will you be needing to spend more time, or this will be sufficient. So we will be discussing all of that, the books that you are going to get. OMG, I'm so excited to tell you about the books as well, uh, and the whole content that I have picked up. So all of this will be discussed today, and from tomorrow we will be starting with the chapters and all of that. All right, guys, so today just relax back. Always keep a pen and paper ready whenever it's my lecture. I don't if it's the book or my optimized book or MCQ book is not there, that's absolutely okay. But one thing that I always want is a pen and a paper, because whatever I write, make it a habit that you should also write it. One, because it will be there in your subconscious mind, and the other is that you will not go to sleep, because if you're writing, you are attentive, and obviously you are active as well. So that's the whole thought process, right? So these are the few things that we are going to discuss today, kind of, as I told you, intro to myself, to the subject, so that when we get started from tomorrow, from the next session, uh, we are on a proper level. So myself, CA Sankalp Kanstiya by profession, I'm a chartered accountant and company secretary, and I have been teaching this subject for more than 10 years. So I've been a part of JP Morgan for 4 years, a world's best financial based company. I was there in their asset management and financial due diligence team. Definitely, if post CA you also want to join any of such big companies, definitely share me your CVs. I'll try my best to get you into them. So I had a very good time those 4 years. 6 rounds of interview is what I gave, and then finally got selected. 4 years I was with a very good team, learned a lot of practical things related to management accounting, related to finance, financial, global financial world, financial systems. And that's what now I'm going to incorporate with you when I am going to teach you this subject. So that's the reason I told you it's going to be interesting, and I will be sharing my real life examples as well. Okay, so now on that note, this was obviously about myself, and the passion for teaching then got me here because things were going good there, but I always had this knack for teaching and wanted to make a career in that, in this. So like chalo, let's do it. the last exam results that we had. So last official exam where the marks were counted is November 23. And thankfully, All India Rank 1 CA Madhur Jain was our student, and more than 50% of rankers were from our end, and very, very happy to part this subject on this high note. Now, I'll obviously not say that, yes, I will make you a ranker, because the marks are not going to count there. But I always want that you should clear this exam in first go, because otherwise there is a time which is involved for you, there is a cost which is involved for you, and both of that are extremely important, especially for a CA final student. So both these things I will ensure that they will not go waste, and you will clear it in first go. Now for that we should know what is the content that we are going to study, how we are going to study, and that's what I am now going to tell you. So offline 100% MCQs. I will be completing all of that in a span of 100 hours. And guys, do you know what? Once this 100-hour session are over, in fact, even during the session, what I am going to do is on my website. Now, see, this is going to be a 100% MCQ exam. So far you have never given a 100% MCQ exam. You have given an examination where 30% marks are MCQs. You have circled those things and everything, all of that. But now when you go to offline center, there will be a computer, and on that computer you will have to directly give the examination. It may become difficult for you. So for that, what I have done is, on my website webucate.in, on my website webucate.in, see here, you can see the name. I have created a portal wherein you can go log in and give the MCQ examinations. Yes, that's right. But obviously, once I teach you, then we will upload the MCQ. You can go there at your convenience. You can give the exam, so that before giving the main ICI exam, you have this liberty of giving it here. You will get used to it, and then accordingly, you will be able to manage the main ICI ones definitely in a much better manner. All right, guys, so this is where you will have to go. Just directly type, don't go on Google and type, directly type on your website link, the webucate.in, log in and register yourself, so that any new chapter we are updating, any resources we are updating, you will get to know from there itself. Okay, guys? Yes, now we are all set to understand the chapter names, the relevance in terms of whether they are theory, practical, theory plus practical. All of that is what I will be telling you all. But let me share you my details, and I want you to share me one detail as well. So this is going to be my contact number. This is where you can drop me a WhatsApp. In case you do not get a reply, be patient. You will get it. You can just send me a reminder 1 2 3 20. I'll not get angry, but I will reply. See, what happens is that many a times I'm busy in my lectures, so a lot of messages come. I try to reply, but at times, there's a backlog, or I may not be able to reply. So you can just send me a reminder, but I will definitely reply to you for sure. Okay, now what you have to send me is, you have to send me your name. Just drop me a WhatsApp relating to your name, your location, and you have to send me this. Yes, I will clear it in first go. Clear what? Clear SCPM in first go. This is what you have to do. Why? So that next time when you ask the doubt, we are already connected with each other, and things will go in a much faster manner. So that's the whole point, nothing else. So that's how it works. In terms of syllabus, if I say, the syllabus is extremely important and interesting. You'll not believe that. Obviously, as a chartered accountant, our focus is always going to be the audits, the taxations, the financial reportings, and all of that part. But through this subject, ICAI is going to introduce you to few things, in fact, a lot of things, which will ensure that you are also thinking in this MBA line. The whole problem with us chartered accountants, it is that we are very good with our academics and everything. but what is going on in the market, in practical world, should also be known to us. In the business world, in the entrepreneurial world, so to say, should also be known to us. And that's where this subject is going to come. A lot of students ask that, sir, previously it used to be SCMP. Is it the same syllabus? To an extent, yes, but many new things have been added. I was shocked to know that when from this old syllabus to new syllabus came, I thought the changes will happen in, say, a audit or FR or DT or something, AFM or something. But there were hardly any changes in those 4 5 subjects. But the major change that has happened is in this subject. Yes, SCPM. More than 35 to 40% portion is new. So it's very interesting, and I was like shocked to know that, okay, previously I thought that, okay, institute will now start ignoring this subject, but not to be. The way they have developed the content, the way they have developed the MCQs and everything, boy, you are going to love it. We are going to ensure that we take it to the next level, but in those span of 100 hours, we do all of this. So that's how this whole subject is. Now I will discuss the syllabus part with you in utmost detail. Yes, and the chapters that are going to be there are 13 chapters. Yes, 13 full chapters will be there. And one chapter is, there is also a 14th chapter. With this 14th chapter is basically a case study chapter. So when I say a case study chapter, what it means is there will be a case study from either of these 13 chapters, and it will be accumulation of all these chapters. So 14th chapter for me is not really a chapter as such, but a manageable thing. So 14 chapters, and that's how this whole process of understanding will be. Now, let's come to the main core, and that is how the whole chapters are divided. And then I will show you my book, Optimized and MCQ book, how we are in alignment with the ICAI module and their MCQ pattern. Okay, chalo. So first, let's try and understand, not understand, just write the 13 chapters which are going to be there. As I told you, keep your pen and paper open. I know your books will always already have the introduction, the you can say the index and everything, but still you have to write with me. See, by writing you are subconsciously powering yourself in understanding a lot of things in a quick manner. So first is going to be a bifurcation, or first book is going to be based on concepts. All right, so mainly theory, all chapters theory and concepts are going to be in this book. Then there is going to be MCQ book. More than 1400 plus MCQs are there. ICAI has probably 400 MCQs. 1000 I have added my own MCQs, making it a comprehensive. So beyond that, you don't have to look at anything else. And the last book is going to be the practical book with more than 100 plus sums. But sir, since it is a MCQ based examination, yes, why are we doing sums? Well, that could be one of the questions that is running into your mind. So I, for this, will show you the model test paper of ICAI. And if you see the model test paper, guys, then you will realize that, oh, the practical sums are equally important. So let me see, where is the model test paper? Here it is. So say, see here, what they have said is that each question carries 2 marks each, right? And look at this question. It is like a typical case scenario based question. Sums and all of this is there. And finally, the MCQs are there. And then finally, MCQs are there. And for this MCQ, we will take the correct option and give our answer. Okay, so that's how this whole subject is going to be divided: strategic, cost, and performance management. So that is why theory is so important. Practical, sorry, is so important, because see this is a sum based on the chapter target costing. A part of chapter 4, target costing is there. It is a sum based on this. Now, if you don't know how to solve this sum, you'll not be able to solve the MCQ. Say transfer pricing, a practical chapter fully. Now, if you look at it, then the whole solving of it goes into 1 or 2 pages. You will feel that I am giving a MCQ based exam. Why should I solve all of this? Because you want the final answer, which is based on steps which are there. So the old tradition of solving is there, but not systematic solving, because eventually we need the final answer, MCQ based answer, and that's what our end result will be. So all, see, so many questions are there which are all practical based. See here again, practical based questions. So you should know how to solve a practical question, only then you will be able to answer the MCQs. Okay guys, so that's how the whole system works. Then obviously based on theory also MCQs will be there, but as I told you, the practical part is also equally important, and I have exhaustively taken all of the stuffs, so you don't have to bother for anything else. Now let's understand the subdivision of this subject, SCPM. When I say you subdivision, I told you that I will subdivide this chapter into 3 parts. One is theory, one is practical, one is theory plus practical. Yes, so there are few chapters in which theory and practical both are there. There are few chapters only theory. There are few chapters only practical. All right. So that's how it works. Now, what are the chapters which is based only on theory? Please write it down along with me. I know there's an index available with you. Don't get into that trap where you have to write things. You have to write. Chapter number 1 is exclusively theory, and the name of the chapter is Introduction to Strategic Cost Management. Obviously, the basic concept setter. Then we have chapter number 5, which is exclusively theory. Chapter number 5 is Management of Cost Strategically of Emerging Business Models. The name itself tells the weight of this chapter. So it is management of cost strategically for emerging business models. For emerging business models. Okay, then we have chapter 8. What is going to be chapter 8? It is going to be Introduction to SPM, Strategic Performance Management. Then we have chapter 10, and finally we will have chapter 11. Chapter 10 will be strategic cost measures in non-profit organizations. So strategic cost measures in NPO. What is NPO? Non-profit organization. I'm sure you would know this. And then we have chapter 11. Chapter 11 is preparation of performance reports. Preparation of performance reports. So if you do these chapters, they are exclusively going to be based on theory. Hardly any practical questions are going to be asked from this chapter. Then we move on to our next theme, which is exclusively practical chapters. If you see these chapters, they are exclusively going to be chapter 12 and chapter 13. What is chapter 12? It is going to be transfer pricing. What is going to be chapter 13? It is going to be standard costing. So these are the two chapters which are only based on practical things. And the last is theory plus practical. So all the remaining chapters now which are left are going to fall in this category. What is it? It is chapter 2, modern business environment. See, in-depth analysis and understanding I will be giving to you when we reach to this, the real chapter. So chapter 2 is there, chapter 3 is there, chapter 4 is there. So what is chapter 3? It is lean system and innovation. Then we have chapter 4, and that is specialist cost management techniques. So next is specialist cost management techniques. All right. Okay. Next, chapter 6, and that is going to be my favorite because it speaks of revenue. So, strategic revenue management. Now, if you have earned revenue, you should also try to earn profit from that. So, chapter 7 is going to be strategic profit management. This is going to be strategic profit management. Then we have the last which is left, and that is chapter 9, which is strategic performance measures in private sector. This is also a very nice chapter, a superb combination of theory plus practical. One of the most important chapters, as well as a lot of questions will be asked from this chapter. Anyways, we have to give weightage to all the chapters equally and ensure that we are clear with all of them. Now let's understand the book part. Let's understand the book part. So obviously the first thing that you would want is that whether the book covers everything. So but obvious, see, theory book is exclusively based on ICAI module. All right guys, so theory is exclusively based on ICAI module. So here I write down, so this is what you want, because end of the day your MCQs and everything will be based on this. So 100% ICI module coverage, 100% ICI module coverage. So sir, do we need to purchase the module, ICI module? Absolutely no. If you have purchased my book, there is no need to purchase anything else whatsoever. Let me be very clear about this. Okay, done. So once this theory is done, then we move on to the next, and that is the MCQ book. The MCQ book, guys, has 1400 plus questions. Yes, I'll show you how the whole Excel. And then we have practical based questions, 100 plus practical based questions. Done, more than sufficient. I can assure you, guarantee you that once you are done with this, nothing else to be done from your end. And all of this we will be covering in our lectures itself. So you don't have to worry for anything else. Now just look at this. Huh? Just look at this content. ICAI MCQ 80, SK MCQ additionally. ICI MCQ 20, SK will cover you by ensuring that we have almost 3 times as ICAI's MCQs. 17, 120, 425, and R itself, our SK MCQs are itself more than 1000, and you will not believe that all of these are in-house made. So there is a chance that even ICAI may want to pick few things from here, but yes, definitely it will be very, very helpful to you on a long-term perspective. Plus, in case I have to add any more MCQs or anything, I had told you webuk8.in, there we will be giving you practice questions for MCQs, so you can go through there as well. Alright guys, so I think that that will be a very, very good thing. And as I told you, 100 plus practical questions to be covered here. So in terms of books, I'm very excited to present the books to you. I'm waiting that the moment you have the books in your hand, it's going to be a total different experience. You will be looking forward to understand and learn more about this subject. And today we are going to start with the subject modern business environment. As in, just trying to give you an idea of modern business environment, just how the whole theory book looks like. So first we start with a preview. The preview will comprise of, again, ICI module content of all that we are going to cover in this topic. Then there is a study mentor which will be specifically very helpful to students who are giving paper 6, because in paper 6 IBS you will require open book questions. Now suppose for example there is a question on a point 8, 6 C's of TQM. So what you can do is, here I have given you a study mentor kind of an index. You can directly go to this index and go to page number 5. As soon as you come to page number 5, you will see there is 6 C's of TQM. And here we go. It's done. You can use your answer for your IBS open book exam. And even for your studying, this will be very, very helpful. So I think that's it. That's about it in terms of the book's content. MCQs, I can show you. I told you all that 1400 plus MCQs are there. So we will be trying to solve all of these MCQs in the class. Few I feel that can be solved by you. You can try it on your own. It will be interesting stuff that we are looking forward to. Right, guys? Sure. Done. Plus the practical ones. Now, as I told you all, that the practical questions are there. We will solve it in the typical practical manner, but they will ask it in the form of an MCQ. So you have to answer it that way. So say here the answer probably they may ask is what is the maximum rejection rate, example, and the answer will be 3%. So, but you will have to solve this question, right? So I will teach you the solving part. I will show you the shortcuts that how MCQs, you'll have to select the MCQs. All of that is what we will also follow. Okay. So that's how the whole system looks like, and we have to follow all of these things. So practical book is done, theory book is done, right, and MCQ book is done. Now how are we going to approach this subject? That is going to be so very important, right? So I will have a typical style of teaching that first I will give you some examples probably or a story relating to the concept, and using that example or story I will drill the concept in your head, and from there we will be able to solve the practical question or MCQ as the case may be. Okay, done. Also, so now I think I have almost discussed all of the points that were there. So 3 books is what you will get from our end. Full 100% ICAI coverage. Next session we start with a chapter, and we will have 2 things: MCQ 400 ICAI ones, 1000 plus SK ones. Okay. In case you have any doubts, I have given you my number. You can ask the doubts there anytime, any place, and we will ensure that we do a lot of practice so that we clear this exam in the first go itself and secure ourselves for the next journey of CA final. Okay, guys. So this is it from my end in terms of the intro session. I hope all of the points that were in your head are pretty much clear. All of the things that I'm writing here will be uploaded in the Google Drive, so you can download it from there. The lectures will be there. So all of that is what you will get in that Google Drive. Anything else, you have my number. You can just drop me a WhatsApp. We'll stay connected. And time for me to say hasta la vista. Keep smiling. In case any of your friends is looking to join, you can tell them right away so that they can also start their SPOM SCPM journey. Keep smiling. Thank you so much. Bye bye.